WWE Hell in a Cell is tomorrow night, and I am here to give you my predictions for the show. So, the show will take place, this is the first WWE show to take place in the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan, replacing the famous Joe Louis Arena. And it'll be featuring 2 Hell in a Cell matches. And one of them is a Falls Count Anywhere Hell in a Cell match with Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens, which is the main event. But first, let's talk about the pre-show. Pre-show match, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin against the Hype Bros. Gable and Benjamin win, and I don't know if they'll do the breakup with the Hype Bros here, but it's going to happen. Usually WWE likes to drag them out. They do this so many times with tag teams. It's funny. Sometimes it's going to be the split, and the split, they tease it for like 2 months, and then they're just back together and they're normal. Then they split again like 6 months later. That has happened so many times. I think that might happen here, but no one cares about the Hype Bros, and Gable and Benjamin definitely win. Now let's talk about the main card. Randy Orton and Rusev. Well, Rusev has beaten Orton on SmackDown last couple of weeks. Orton wins. Don't give a shit about this match. Definitely the least interested in the whole main card with this. This match sucks. But I'm going to go with Orton to win this match. Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Well, obviously Bobby Roode's going to win, but I mean, there's rumors Dolph Ziggler's contract's expiring. His contract's he's been saying he's going to leave for the last 2 or 3 years. I mean, we've been waiting to see this guy leave. This guy needs to go. He needs to leave this company. Maybe he comes back in a few years. Maybe that can happen. But I mean, right now he has to get out of there. He has no business in the WWE anymore. His time's up. The company failed him. He part of it's his fault. He's made some mistakes in the ring. Certainly. I mean, his overselling definitely hurt. Maybe it's the fact that he's trying too hard. But his time's come and gone. It's over. He needs to leave this company. I hope he leaves soon after this. And this gimmick is terrible. This whole mimicking the wrestlers is just fucking awful. And I'm afraid it's going to keep going until he just gets squashed and leaves. So this guy needs to go. Definitely Bobby Roode wins this match, definitely. And it'll probably be similar to the Nakamura match. It's Bobby Roode's first pay-per-view match. It's probably going to be a disappointment like Nakamura and Ziggler was. United States title, AJ Styles and Baron Corbin. I'm very sadly have to predict Baron Corbin's going to be the new United States champion. It's going to disappoint me. It's going to suck. It's going to be shit. Everyone's going to hate it. I'm going to be mad. No one's going to like it. It's going to suck. Corbin's fucking horrible, but I think that because they took the Money in the Bank briefcase away from him already, and the fact that, I mean, I guess he had a lot of heat with John Cena, I think he's going to get a win here, and I think they're going to have... Maybe it's a good thing for AJ, because maybe he'll go after the WWE title after this. Maybe he's the one who takes it off Jinder, for fuck's sakes, please. But I think Corbin wins. It'll be a dirty way. He won't win clean. It'll be a cheap way, but I think Corbin wins the title. Then we go to the SmackDown Women's title. It's Natalya and Charlotte Flair. So this match can go several ways. Natalya wins, least likely. Charlotte wins, most likely. And I think what could happen, which I'm not sure. I'm gonna say Charlotte Flair wins the title, and then it won't happen on this show. You know what? I'm gonna predict it. Screw it. I was going back and forth. I definitely think Charlotte's winning, but I think it's whether or not Carmella's cashing in. So I'm gonna predict Charlotte Flair to win the match. They'll have a good match. I mean, on the first one of the NXT, the second NXT show, the NXT TakeOver, the first TakeOver, they had a great match. I loved it. And they've had several matches since, never been nearly as good. I'm sorry. They had a match at a match when they did the Montreal Screwjob. They've had several matches in WWE. They just haven't been able to top it. They've had good matches, just not nowhere near on that level. And I think this will probably be like that. It'll be a good match, just not on that the first NXT show, and like when they had Ric Flair and Bret Hart in the corners. I mean, that match was just so great. They just haven't been able to. I don't think they can really top that. So I'm going with Charlotte to win the match, and I'm gonna say Carmella cashes in, but not on the show. So I'm not predicting Carmella to cash in. It's possible she tries to cash in, but she fucks up. I'm gonna go with Charlotte to walk out at Hell in a Cell as the new champion. Hell in a Cell, New Day and the Usos. Wow. This, in my opinion, is going to be the match of the night. Could be the match of the year. I mean, I wish they'd let these guys go all out. This day could fucking tear the goddamn house down or tear that damn cell down. This is going to be fucking crazy. This is going to be fucking awesome. I am stoked for this. I'm really looking forward to this. I have high expectations, and I'm expecting a great match. So, I mean, these two teams have been tearing it up. They've had great matches on pay-per-views, great matches on SmackDown. They had a great Falls Count Anywhere match a few weeks ago, or a street fight. I'm going to say the Usos win the titles. I know it's 3 title changes. I'm probably going to be wrong. I'm predicting, but I think they want the New Day to have this thing where they're the longest reigning. They win the title so many times that they beat the Dudley Boys record, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to eventually get to that, and I think they're going to lose the titles here. And I think it's going to be a great match. I'm going to go with the Usos to win the SmackDown Tag Team titles. And then we go in a singles match, not a cell match, for the WWE Championship. Jinder Mahal against Nakamura. Jinder Mahal, I don't want to keep going. He's the worst champion of all time. I don't think there's anyone close. He is so fucking horrible. He is the reason SmackDown's attendance are terrible. And the reason why, WWE will never say it, but the biggest reason why people hate SmackDown or not showing up for SmackDown is because they fucking are so goddamn sick and tired of seeing a terrible champion. You know, it's funny. No one in WWE wants to blame it. They say, oh, well, it could be someone else. It could be, maybe it's Nakamura. Maybe it's AJ. Bullshit. You know, when you're the champion, you have a lot of responsibility, and the houses are terrible. The ratings are fucking atrocious. Jinder Mahal is the worst champion. He's worse than Diesel. He's worse than Diesel. Way worse than Diesel. Worst champion of all time. He is fucking horrible, and I think he's going to retain the title against Nakamura. I think Nakamura is in trouble. I think they've hurt Nakamura's character. This is reminding me of what they've done to some of the other wrestlers when they start making fun of them and mocking them, then they have them lose and they look sad, and then their characters. I think that might happen to Nakamura. I think Jinder Mahal is going to retain the title. Fans are going to hate it. Everyone's going to boo. Everyone wants to see Nakamura win. Nakamura is not winning. Jinder is winning. Singh brothers will get involved. They'll interfere in the match, and after that, Nakamura will hit the Kinshasa on the Singh brothers, and then Jinder Mahal, as every single goddamn ending to all his damn matches, which are all the same. All of them are the same. None of them change. It'll just be Mahal hitting the Kalash and a 1, 2, 3, and it's over. That's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, I just don't want to see this. It's so obvious. Mahal, he's going to be champion until WrestleMania. I'm predicting that he's champ until WrestleMania. Anyway, main event. Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, Falls Count Anywhere, Hell in a Cell. I'm going to go with Kevin Owens. I think the match is going to be great. Or not great. It'll be crazy. I don't know if Shane's going to jump off the cell. I don't know if I want to see him do that. But the fact that it's Falls Count Anywhere, here's where I see the match ending. I see this match ending on top of the Hell in the Cell. I think it might be a powerbomb. I don't know if he's going to powerbomb through the cell, kind of like Mankind took those bumps. But I think it'll be a powerbomb on top of the cell for the 3. I'm going to say some people think Sami Zayn's going to interfere. I think Sami Zayn will make a run-in for sure. I don't know if he's turning heel, but I think he'll make a run-in. But I think ultimately Kevin Owens wins. Shane will try something crazy. I'm predicting it'll end with the pop-up powerbomb on the cell. Shane will, I don't know. I don't think he's jumping off the cell, but I think he'll do something and it'll backfire and KO will get the win. So I'm going to go with Kevin Owens to win the Falls Count Anywhere match. The fact that it's Falls Count Anywhere tells you something's up. So they're going to do something holy shit in this match. And I don't know what it's going to be. But the fact that it's Falls Count Anywhere, I think that gives you, at least that tells us this match is not going to stay in the Hell in a Cell for sure. So I'm going to go with KO to win. It'd be awesome if they turn Sami Zayn heel and him and KO can be a heel tag team. I think that'd be awesome, but I don't think that's happening. I think Sami Zayn will interfere but not turn heel. But I'm going to go with Kevin Owens. So that's my prediction for Hell in a Cell. First show in Little Caesars Arena. It's a big deal, I guess, for WWE. So hopefully we get a good show. Hell in a Cell pay-per-views usually are not very good. But I have some decent expectations for this show. In particular, the 2 Cell matches I'm both really looking forward to. So we'll see what the show happens and what happens on the show. And hopefully we have a good pay-per-view on Sunday.